Hey guys, I wanted to talk to you quickly about this little lesson I came up with to discuss perspectives with my students. Last year was my last year discussing lenses because kids become super focused and the quality of the writing and the whole point of lenses um, was detracting from the broader idea of what we really want students to do. So I'm really just going to get into perspectives, but perspectives is a little difficult for um, sophomores to understand. So recently, I fell in love with this podcast, Revisionist History by Malcolm Gladwell. And so in the first season of Revisionist History, there's a three-part series that is basically focused on a couple of themes. And it's capitalization, which is the ability of people to move upwards from their social classes, and education. So there are other themes within those three episodes, but those are the main ones. And so in the three episodes, which are called Carlos Doesn't Remember, Food Fight, and My Little 100 Million, he approaches these issues from different perspectives. And in Carlos Doesn't Remember, it's mostly a student perspective, um, a student and mentor perspective, I should say. And then in Food Fight, it is a student and a administrator's perspective, like a college superintendent's or president's perspective, financial people's perspective. And then in My Little 100 Million, it is from a philanthropy perspective, and also again a college president's perspective. Okay, so they are attacked. The issue is attacked from different people's visions, people's perspectives, and it's obvious and it's tangible in a way because each episode kind of sections it off and is very focused from that perspective. Okay, and so my hope is that my kids see the overall theme. He kind of states it. See the overall theme and then see the different ways it's approached. Okay, that is my hope. So how am I doing this? Well, the first thing I'm doing is I'm having them listen to each episode. But when they're listening to each episode, they have to answer these questions, and the questions are the same. But I just changed the title of the the episode. I give them key definitions, what an argument is, what a claim is, what evidence is, what perspective is. Now you'll notice I don't really do anything with perspective on these first three on this sheet, but there's a reason for that, and I'll get to it. So the questions they have to answer about each episode are: give a summary about what the episode is about, include important details such as setting, people, events. Then I say, what is Malcolm Gladwell's argument? Okay, so each episode has an argument. Okay, everything's an argument. Uh, what are some of his claims? And then finally, what evidence does he provide to support those claims? Okay, so that's what they have to answer for each one. All right, so then they're gonna finish with that. All right, so this is the culmination activity, and I will say that I'm attacking two skills. So I want them to understand the difference between analysis and synthesis. Okay, and what I'm already seeing, because I gave them a pretest, which was basically a little thing of part one and part A and part B of the EOC. And I guess I should give you guys that too. I will. I just realized that. And I've noticed that some kids are really good with synthesis and some kids are really no, some kids are really good with synthesis. They're not really good with analysis. So I'm getting these skills together as well. So they're gonna have to synthesize. And I do have some kids who are not really good at synthesis. So this is helping. So and the final activity, so they can look at all the sheets that they had. And this activity, this is synthesis. The other three are analysis. Okay. So they have again the definitions, but then I also added theme. Okay. And so here are the questions that they have to answer. What is or are the themes presented in the episodes of Revisionist History? This or these themes are seen through what perspective in the episode? Carlos doesn't remember. How do you know? And then I say that for each episode, okay? So Carlos doesn't remember, food fight, and My Little 100 Million, okay? And then here's a good question, and this is how you're getting them to critically think. What perspectives are missing from this conversation? And so they have to come up with some perspectives. All right, now this is something I was like, ooh, Sam, you're kind of smart. This is why they pay you, well, should pay you more bucks. But anyway, so this is their short answer response. And it's pick one of the missing perspectives you've listed. Write an argument about one theme you identified in the episodes Carlos doesn't remember food fight and My Little 100 Million from the perspective you picked. Okay. What would a person with this perspective think and claim and use as evidence to support his or her argument? You should do some research to find evidence for your response. Write it below. Do not exceed this one page, and it's due September 11th. Okay, so this is where they have to put all the skills that we've talked about, all the things that we've done into action. And it's a nice little quick, well, not really quick, because it's going to take like the rest of this week, mostly because they have to listen to it. And we're listening to it in class. And then we'll also have a class discussion. So it's going to take some time. But these are the skills that I'm going to want them to do for the next 3 themes. And I want them to do it by themselves, independently, being able to read these things, synthesize, analyze, and then we'll come together and have discussions. But without practicing, it's going to be a struggle. So I like to do activities first in class where I show you how to do it, and then you kind of do it on your own so you're not lost, which is how education should be. So this is exactly the kind of thing I think you guys should do. And I think it's going to turn out to be a very good activity for them. And I think it's something that they kind of are interested in. I hope so. If not, I'll try something else, but I love it. So hope this works. All right. Have a good one.